Very good Wednesday evening, folks. I'm NTV Chief Meteorologist Eddie Shear. I did want to provide you with a video forecast update tonight for what we can expect tomorrow night into Friday across eastern Newfoundland, as it does look like a relatively potent but quick-moving winter storm is on the way in. Tonight and tomorrow, though, do look relatively quiet. So that's what we'll start off with, as it will not take much time to discuss that. Minus teens, 20s across Labrador overnight, some flurries in the southeast. Flurries across the island overnight winding down or becoming less numerous after midnight, although winds will become westerly, so some onshore flurries across western areas. Certainly a good bet overnight. And then for tomorrow morning, onshore flurries across the west coast to taper off by afternoon. Farther east, it's dry for most of the day, but we will see some snow arriving late in the afternoon, or more likely early in the evening, becoming heavy tomorrow night. For Labrador, some coastal flurries winding down later in the day. Mostly sunny for central and western areas, with temperatures for most of the big land topping out near minus 10 or 12 degrees. Your planner for St. Paddy's Day in St. John's, quiet through most of the day. Temperatures near 0 or 1 degree. Flurries arriving around 7 o'clock, but the heaviest snow will not fall until after 9, and it looks like the meat of this storm is going to be between 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow evening and about 3 or 4 in the morning on Friday. Winter storm warnings, winter storm watches in place for eastern Newfoundland. The winter storm watch area, Clarenville and vicinity, Bonavista Peninsula. I would not be surprised at all if that gets upgraded to a winter storm warning tomorrow, as it looks like that area is going to be, it will see similar snowfall amounts to the winter storm warning area, which is the Avalon Peninsula and the Burin Peninsula. And in that area, I am expecting roughly 15 to 30 centimeters of snow by Friday morning, perhaps more in spots. Talk about that in just a second. Futurecast will start us off tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, evening I should say. By then, nothing to worry about, so your commute home should be smooth sailing. Light snow begins to spread across the Avalon and Burin Peninsulas after 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. Notice those colors. Darker blue represents heavier snow, the pink is mix, and the green is obviously rain. As we head into midnight tomorrow night, we see that mix line approaching the southern part of the Avalon Peninsula, but by then we're also seeing moderate to heavy snow across the Avalon and Burin Peninsulas, and that is beginning to push back towards Clarenville and the Bonavista Peninsula. Jumping ahead into 3 o'clock Friday morning, we see the low beginning to approach. As it gets closer, that mix line may try and spread up onto the southern shore and a good chunk of the southeast Avalon. The question is, does that mix line make it all the way into the metro, and does it make it as far west as what this computer model is thinking? I'm not sure. It's something we're going to have to watch very closely as we get into the early morning hours of Friday, but some mixing along the southeast Avalon and southern shore certainly is a good bet overnight Friday night. At this time, I don't think that makes it into the metro. It could, and if we do see that mix for the southern shore, southeast Avalon, more than likely it will be ice pellets and freezing rain rather than just rain. By 6 o'clock Friday morning, that low is now passing east of the Avalon. We are still seeing light to moderate to even heavy snow as most of us wake up Friday morning, but that will wrap up quickly after 9 or 10 o'clock as the low pulls away, and I do suspect we will actually see some sun later in the day on Friday after the snow in the morning. Winds Friday morning will also be rather gusty. They'll turn gusty overnight, 30 to 50 kilometers per hour, so blowing and drifting snow is certainly going to be a bit of a concern as we start off Friday. Snow day Friday? I'm not sure. It's going to depend on how quickly that low pulls away. If the snow is done with by 6, 7 in the morning, which is a possibility, or before then, crews may have enough time to at least clear most of the roads. If it's a little bit later, better chance of a snow day. As it stands now, I think we have a really good chance of delayed openings for schools and businesses on Friday, not the whole snow day, because the snow is pretty much done with by mid-morning. Here's your snowfall forecast. Bonavista Peninsula, Burin Peninsula through Clarenville, the Avalon, 15 to 30 centimeters of snow. The question mark I have in my head right now is generally this area in here. Let me redraw that for you. Let's try that again. The question mark I have in my mind is essentially for this area just south of St. John's to the southeast Avalon. That area could see mixing, which would again limit snowfall amounts, probably closer to 15 centimeters. So that's something to keep in mind as well. The other thing to keep in mind is if the low is a bit stronger or we get some really intense snowfall rates, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of areas go over 30 centimeters, 35 centimeters, 40 in spots. Certainly not out of the question. The thing kind of inhibiting a real heavy snowmaker is the fact that the low is moving so fast. So that's how it looks now. Not much different from what you saw on the news tonight, but keep in mind the forecast may change tomorrow, at which point I will provide more forecast updates. It's up to you to go and seek the latest updates. I'll put them out there, but you have to go find them. What's right tonight may certainly not be right tomorrow. That's how Newfoundland and Labrador weather works. It's a little crazy sometimes, although my forecast confidence for this one is a lot higher than it was yesterday. Have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow on NTV between 5:30 and 7 o'clock, and I'll have updates for you on Facebook and Twitter well before then. Have a great night.